Well, hello there, everybody. How you doing today? You having a good time? Are you perhaps having a fun time? Let's go ahead, not stats. Let's get that audio up, shall we? That sweet song. There's only one, but it's a doozy. How's that volume sound, chat? Is that too loud? Is that not too loud enough? Is it perhaps just the right amount of loud? It's just right. The Goldilocks zone, scientists call that. Good, good. Well, you'll have to excuse me, I'm still trying to eat lunch. Song always reminded me of Risk of Rain. What's this game all about, my dude? Oh, have you never heard of Balatro? It, got nominated for Game of the Year. It's like one of the best-selling games of the whole year so far. What you got for lunch? Wendy's. Having myself a Baconator, like a real American. I'm an American man. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba. America, yep. But yeah, today, if you don't know, is the monthly Patreon hangout. Every month for about 6 hours, I just kind of hang out with the patrons. We get to do a whole bunch of events, as voted on by them. And they decided to start out, we would just chill out, play some Balatro. A throwback to the old Legs Play streams. And this can also serve as like a Q&A, question and answer, an AMA, ask me anything. I mean, I'm pretty open on most of my streams anyway, but every once in a while someone will ask something and I'll be like, we're in the middle of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I can't talk about that. So I figure, if it's we're doing the hangout, we're hanging out with people. If there's anything that's been on your mind that you'd like to chat about, just let me know. Especially if you're on the Patreon, if you're on the Discord, there's the Hardleg Asks board. I was joking about psychological horror. It's technically a roguelike. Yeah. And we'll be playing Balatro. I guess since there are people who don't understand what Balatro is, we'll start with a little white stake run. I like the yellow deck. I like having extra money. But basically, if you're unfamiliar with this game, very simple. You've got 3 what they call blinds. The small blind, the big blind, and the boss blind. And they have a number of points. You gotta beat them. How do you beat them? You play poker. Mod Balatro to Yu-Gi-Oh? Why? So what we want to do is win. We got 10, 9, 8, 7. We've almost got a straight. I'm pretty sure that would get us the game. We've also got 2 pair. But 2 pairs not worth that much. 20 times 2, that's 40 points, plus whatever's printed on the cards themselves. So that'd be 50 times 2, 60 times 2. That would be 120. We need 300. So let's get rid of our 5s. this 8, and we'll dump the queen. Discard. And there we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Although, I think a full house is worth more. There we go. 6, 6, 6. A good sign, don't you think? Play it. Bang. 300. Alright. And now things get interesting. Joker gains 3 chips per discarded club. Not the most powerful thing, but it's also foil. It offers 50 chips. Let's go and buy it. Let's check out a buffoon pack. Fortune teller. That wins runs almost on its own sometimes. I don't think I need more playing cards at the moment. Because this is going to, the suit changes every time. So unless I get some wild cards. Go next. So every club discarded gets us more points. Yeah, you know what? I think a flush might be good. Let's see if we can try to go for spades. Yeah, and see, every time I discard clubs, this gets upgraded. 18 chips. So if you want to know the chips, that's this left, this blue number. You've basically got 2 things. You've got your chips in blue and your multiplier in red. This gives me 50 chips just for being a foil, plus 18, and it keeps stacking. So we'll play a flush. Bada bingo. That gives us more than enough points. I do have a question I'd like to ask. I'll wait a bit. Okay. Up to you. And as you can see, you get money for how many hands you have left, so you want to try to do this in one if possible. And you get interest. For every $5 that you keep around and don't spend, you'll get an extra $1 at the end of the round. Plus you get some money just for beating it. Go up to 9. So these planets let you level up the different hands that you have. Here's all the different poker hands that you could potentially play. You can see they're all level 1 right now. They give base bonuses amounts. If I buy this, I can increase the flush. We also got ice cream, 100 chips. And then every time you play a hand, it's basically like a lick to the ice cream. It goes down by 5 chips. If you have room late in the game, sometimes you might want to buy this. For the moment, I think we will go ahead. We'll buy Jupiter. We do have a zone for consumable items. We get 2 of them at the moment. Just use this. I figure if we're going to be discarding a specific suit, then it's probably going to be easier to make flushes than other stuff. So now we're on the boss. The boss has some effect that makes things harder. In this case, all clubs are debuffed. That means clubs, I can still play them, but they won't give their chip value. Normally, if you notice, if I play like a 9, see, I play a pair of 9s. You get 10 times 2, just for being a pair, and then the 9s are each worth 9 chips. But this, not worth any chips, because it's disabled. Okay, so every heart we get more chips. We've almost got a flush of diamonds. Okay. Flush it down. And because our flush is worth more, we've got the extra chips, we're good. Ah! ×3 mult if all cards in your hands are spades or clubs. That's a good one. I don't think it's good for this build because we may have to discard all our spades or clubs. We also got our first tarot card. This creates a... This is like the least interesting one because all it does is copy the last planet or tarot card we used. But we did want to make a flush run, so let's go ahead and use this. Plus... That's where the fortune teller. +1 mult for every tarot card used. We haven't run into many so far. Yeah, I think we just go for now. Every club. We don't have any clubs. Okay, I want to try to get to some clubs. So instead of digging to get something I want, we're just going to play this 2-pair. It won't get us to the 800 we need to win. Really? 0 clubs. Where are all my clubs? Also, fun thing you can notice, you can't play other cards that just, like, aren't part of, like... I got 3 of a kind and 2 bonus cards. These just won't score. But you can do that, and then you'll draw more cards, since you always draw until you have, I believe, 7 in hand. Ah, the idol. This can be good under certain situations. ×2 mult for every card played of that specific, the 7 of clubs. It only works if you can, like, make your entire deck one kind of card. Not sure if we can do that. We also got the Emperor. Creates 2 random tarot cards. That'll give us at least +3 to this. Hey, the Hermit! Double the money. Hell yeah, 50. And we got the Hierophant. While we're here, let's go and buy the blank. It does nothing, question mark. Okay, and a spectral pack. Let's see. You can add a blue seal or add a gold seal. I think we're gonna go for blue seal because that might get us more planets. We're gonna do more flushes. And this is if you have this, put the seal. And then the blue seal says, if this card's in your hand when you win, with the blue seal on it, whatever hand you use to win, you get the planet that upgrades that hand. So we're going to put it on a really small number, hope we don't have to use that. We'll go ahead and take this. Maybe we can work towards it. Maybe we'll end up just selling it. I'll go ahead and re-roll. Let's see what we got. Judgment. Creates a random joker. That's worth $3. Ah, the golden joker. Little economy. Gain $4 extra at the end of every round. How many hours do you have in this game? A lot. I believe it's my most played game after Master Duel. Actually, let's check here real quick. I have 370 hours at Balatro. I have every achievement except for one. Which is the final achievement. I think it's called Perfect Plus. You'll notice these cards have little stickers in the corner. These stickers represent the difficulty that I beat the game on using this card. You can do runs. They have different colors to represent the different difficulties. Gold is the highest one. A gold stake run, there's a whole bunch of challenges on there. It's like almost impossible to win. But if you beat a game on gold stake and you have this in your Joker slot, you get a gold sticker on it. The final achievement is to get gold stickers on every Joker in the game. Currently, I have about 80% of them. There seems to be a lot of rules. It's weird how, like, if you actually sit down and explain it, there's kind of a lot of rules, but compared to most card games, it's very simple. Okay. More clubs. We've got the highest hearts, so let's discard these. Hey, we got to our 3. That's what we needed. So we've got this. Enhances 2 cards to bonus cards. So we can take 2 of those. Bada bing. Bonus cards give you 30 extra chips when they're played. We don't have a specific build because it's basically flushes based around whatever this doesn't say. So we're just putting those on whatever. And then, because we had the blue in there, we get the Jupiter. Flush goes up, level 4. And the golden Joker at the end gives us $4 extra. One of the accessibility... Oh, yeah. So, normally... Where is it? Is it... Customized deck? Yeah. Normally, obviously, clubs are black, and diamonds are, sort of this orangish red color. But, personally, I had a little bit of trouble sometimes if I'm doing flush runs. When spades are black and clubs are also black, they're very similar. At a glance, they can be difficult. Diamonds and hearts, not so much. But they have this option for high contrast cards, which makes the diamonds yellow and the clubs blue. And that way it's much easier to tell. Also, I can look at my stats here. Yeah, so I'm 86% of the way done with the Joker stickers. I'm not getting any on this run because we're playing on white stake. Delicious egg. Its sell value goes up by 3 at the end of every round. That's an investment. You buy the egg now, and in a few rounds, it'll be worth a lot. You can sell it off. We finally get an Arcana pack. We want those because Fortune Teller. Ooh, wild card. Yeah, we want that. If we can turn everything into a wild card, the castle goes crazy. Because then it doesn't matter what we discard. Everything counts as every suit. So we'll just take the highest one and do that. Let's open up a planet pack, see if we can get another Jupiter. Ooh, black hole. Upgrade every poker hand. Very rare. Spectral card, but always take it when you got it. We've also got the bus. This is a really good... This is a really good Joker. If you build around it. We're built around flushes. It basically says, as long as you keep playing hands that don't have face cards in it. King, Queen, Jack. Then you get increasingly higher mult. But we've got a lot of those. And we're building around flushes, not, like, specific things. So, we might need to play a flush with the queen in it. Boss, the manacle, -1 hand size. Smaller hand. We're discarding hearts, which we have none. Let's try to go for diamonds. There's a heart. And we got our blue. Oh, whoops, I almost discarded the diamonds. We want to keep this in our hand. Okay. There we go. Flush time. 3,000. How do you lose? So you'll notice I have, over on the side, I have 3 hands. That means I get to play 3 hands of poker. If I don't reach the point after the point count after using those 3 hands, then I lose. Ooh, the priestess. 2 planets, don't mind if I do. We're not using these though, so I'm just gonna sell them for more money. Uranus levels up 2 pair. Permanently gain +1 hand. Sure. Now I got 5 hands. Let's open up another one of these. Oh, I should have done that first. Strength. We can increase the rank. So kings become aces, queens become kings, 9s become 10s. We can also get a glass card. Those are essential for getting, like, infinite points. I'm just gonna do this because it gets me 2, and every tarot card I use gives me +1 molt. So, like, +1, +1. We'll go ahead and use Neptune. This is for a straight flush. We are trying to make flushes, and that might work. Pluto, high card. Nope. Face cards give 30 chips. I don't think that's really worth it. This game looks pretty mid. It's deceptively addicting. There's a lot of fun. Like, if you play on lower stakes like I am, you can have a lot of fun experimenting with it and trying to break the game, like many roguelikes. And at the higher levels, there's a whole lot of, like, cost-benefit analysis. It is weird how we had one person earlier, like, this game looks really complicated, and someone else is like, this game looks really simple. Every spade. You're a spade. You're everything. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy. Jupiter. Jupiter. I'm a spade. You might be. Joker. Just the standard Joker. +4 molt. That's it. You want 4 molt? You got it. And square Joker. 4 chips if the hand has exactly 4 cards. Good if you're doing like a 2 pair or a 4 of a kind run. Not useful for flushes. Speaking of which, our flush is already level 7. I don't think we need to spend money on more Celestial packs. Let's re-roll. Damn. Try it again. Played face card gives ×2. No. I will take the Chariot, though. How complicated this game is depends on how familiar you are with poker terminology. Yeah. Okay, so here's one of the first things. We can play the blind, and oftentimes there's a lot of reasons to want to play. Mostly like, you know, this gives me 4 extra money, I get to, or this value goes up at the end of every round, discarding increases the chips. But there is an option to skip. And in this case, if I skip, I'll get a negative Joker, which is so valuable, I'm willing to skip for it. We also don't get to see the shop. We have to beat the next one before we get our reward. You can't see it behind me, but it's down here in this corner. We're playing against the Tooth. Lose $1 every card played. Okay, what's our thing? Every club. So we discard clubs. We've almost got a flush with spades, so we'll try to keep those. No spades. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to use this, since we're not going to be using it for our flush. I'm going to give it the Chariot. Makes it into a steel card. Steel cards, if you keep them in your hand, then you get 1.5 times your multiplier when you play. So we'll get our flush, -5, times 1.5, plus 10, plus 60 chips. Easy. And then this becomes the negative joker. You'll notice up here I have slots. I can only have 5 jokers. Negative jokers do not count towards that. They're just a bonus. Hey, it's me, Freddy. Are you testing YouTube live streams for the future? I might do them more for the Hangouts, but probably not in general. Probably not for Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, but we'll see. Let's go for Spectral Pack. These give some pretty crazy shit. Add a red seal. A red seal means when it triggers the card, it'll do it twice. I can set my money to 0 and get a rare joker, but I don't want to do that because I have a lot of money. I can convert all the cards into a single random rank, so they'll all be 10s or 5s or 2s. But I get -1 hand size. I don't think I want that. None of these are particularly good. Sometimes you get some really nice stuff. Foil, holographic, or polychrome. Yeah, let's rarity up this king. And I'm going to take the seed money. One thing you might have noticed is that the interest I earn, it maxes out at 25. If I have $25, I can get $5 at the end of the round, but if I go up to 30, it just stops counting. Unless I get this. Now for the rest of this run, the interest rate is increased to 50. So I want to save my money. Another negative joker. This one, by the way, it increases $1 of sell value to every joker at the end of the round. The egg is already very expensive. So all of these, the sell price will just go up every round. Fuck it, we're doing good. I'll take another one. We'll skip it. Every heart. Yeah, we're going for spades. I can go by suit. Okay. Yep, we just barely meet everything. We need to get something else to boost our score, otherwise we're going to start having trouble. Pareidolia. All cards are considered face cards now. As a negative, that could be really useful. Is there any reason not to stream on both YouTube and Twitch? My computer struggles to multi-stream, and also I struggle to keep track of both chats. Okay. Let's open this. Lovers. More wild cards. Okay, we need some better jokers. Let's re-roll. Yeah. Every king held in hand. -2 hand size. How much RAM do you have? 16 gigabytes. First hand face down. Well, I guess we're just discarding randomly. Oh. Oh no. All face cards are face down. And Paradolia says all my cards are face cards. Is this a flush? No. For every spade. Okay, I think what we do, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we discard by suit. Let's try 5. Let's try 4. And then hopefully, you know, let's do this one more time. We've got 4 hands to play with. Let's do 3. And then let's do 3 more. And then hopefully all of these should be 1 suit by now. Come on! No! Not like this. Okay, we barely made it. It took all our hands. If we didn't get it on that one, we would have lost. Isn't the king completely broken? In some builds, yeah, but we don't have the thing to support it. Devil, yeah, just to get more tarot cards. Okay, Mega Pack. Ooh. Make this a gold card. Now if this is held in the hand at the end of the turn, we get 3, and we already want to do that because it's a planet. We get to pick 2. Let's go ahead and Emperor. We don't want either of these. I think we just Hermit extra money. More wild cards. We need to turn everything into a wild card. I'm tempted to do the hieroglyph graph. We need more time to find better jokers. This will basically go back in time. We'll lower the difficulty level by 1. But it'll make it so we have 1 less hand. We did already gain the 1 extra hand earlier. So probably worth it. Yeah, let's try that. Ante goes down. See if we can get some more stuff. Every club. All right. Just what we wanted, chat. Bada bingo, bada bango. 20 bucks. Plus times 3 if it has a diamond, club, heart, and spade. Ooh, double Mega Arcana pack. None of these are great. Yep, I'll just get another planet. And I guess we'll take the smallest one and turn it into another chariot. Yes, lovers, that's what we need. And I'm feeling lucky. Let's make some lucky cards, shall we? We got $5. Reroll. All face cards give +5 molt when scored. And Thanks to this, all cards are face cards. We don't need this anymore. We've already got so much interest, we're fine. Let's add that. That should give us an extra 25 molt every turn. That should help. Every diamond. Gold Joker isn't good late game, yeah. Alright. If you don't know the lucky jokers, 1 in 5 chance to get plus 20 molt, 1 in 15 chance to get plus $20. Let's try this. Alright, we're getting 23,000 points. Hanged Man destroys 2 cards. We don't really want to destroy any cards. So we'll turn things into diamonds. If this wasn't random, we'd want to, but we really prefer to turn everything into wild cards. Plus 80 chips if we have a flush, which might be good because we are in a flush build, but this gives us 126 chips, so why would we? Every 6 hands get ×4. I've yet to be able to, like, find a way to build around this. Gold cards give $4 when played. Very useless. We'll do one more. Spades give 3. 4 of a kind. Yep, nothing. Discard 2 random cards whenever you play a hand. We're discarding hearts this time. Uh-oh. I really thought it'd be like we'd guaranteed to get... Okay, so here's the problem with this. I'm out of discards. You only get the 3. I can play hands. Normally what I would do is just play all 4 of these and then hope I get spades. The problem is if I play all 4 of these, because of the boss, we'll discard 2 of our spades and it'll be less likely that we'll get more spades. Or we'll be able to complete a flush. So instead I'm going to play 1 card, knowing they'll discard 2 others, and hope that, like Danger Jackalope, the chance that they'll hit what we want is less likely. Fuck! Oh. I didn't realize our molts were so good that just playing a high card would give us a bunch. We're fine. Ooh, the Raised Fist. Double the lowest rank. Throwback. Increased multiplier for every blind skip this round. Alright, we're never getting this. I'm throwing this in. We've skipped 2, so we got 1.5. That's pretty good. We can get a little more. Let's get the Spectral Pack. Add Polychrome to a random Joker. Destroy the rest of them. Good early on. Or if you have Jokers that can't be destroyed. Converts all cards to a single suit. Red Seal. I think we'll just increase this ace. Petroglyph. We could go down the ante again and lose 1 discard permanently. I don't think we want to do that. Our things go looking pretty good at this point. Planets. Yeah, we don't need any of these. This guy disables the boss blind. I'm tempted. A boss blind could really screw us over if there was one that was like all face cards are debuffed. Hey Joe, what deck do you play in Yu-Gi-Oh! In your spare time, if any? I don't really play Yu-Gi-Oh! In my spare time. because it's become like a job to me, almost. It's, you know... If I have spare time, like even if I'm in my spare time, it's like, oh, I should learn Goblin Bikers better, so I'll play more of that because I'm trying to learn it for the ladder climb. I don't really play much in between ladder climbs unless there's an event. Do I sell the... I'm really holding out for the egg that I'll get the merchant. But I think with this, it's fine. So let's go ahead and sell the egg for $31 because it's been gaining $3 every round plus an extra $1 from gift card. Big money. We'll add this and we'll reroll. 15 molt when there's 0 discards. Another photograph. 1 in 2 chance to create a tarot card when a booster pack is open. We do need more tarot cards. The number of times a poker hand has been played to the molt. So I've played flush 9 times, we get +9. That's really good if you're doing like a high card run where you're playing like a whole bunch of hands every round. Played cards, odd numbered cards, give 31. +4 molt for every card below 52. Yeah, you start with 52. If you use a bunch of Hanged Men and glass cards, you can get down to like a 10-card deck, and then this is pretty decent. Let's just go next. First hand is drawn face down. Okay, no big deal. Oh yeah, I was supposed to skip. Oops. And if you wondered, we got this foil card. It's holographic. So +10 molt. There we go. Might as well. $53. The hack. Who's laughing now? Retrigger every 2, 3, 4, and 5. That can be broken if you get it early on. Just get some tarot cards. Pardon me. Oh boy. Brainstorm, you say? Brainstorm. You always want Brainstorm, right? Let me think. Do you get anything extra if you score way higher than they ask for? No. Copies the ability of the leftmost joker. You can rearrange these. This currently gives me 25 molt every turn, because I always play 5 cards, and all of them are faces. This currently gives me 20 molt, but it's going to keep going up with every one of these I activate. Do I want to risk the luchador? I think I do. You always want the times multiplier to be at the end, because you're going to add up all your molt and then times it. And it always scores from left to right. So let's put this over here. That's giving us the most right now, so we'll get 25, 20, 162 chips, then 25 again, then multiply by 1.5. Might as well check out if we can get any, nope. If we can get any wild cards, I'll add them into the deck. Gives a tarot card when discarded. I guess we do that. Because we do need tarot cards. We also do need to skip a couple more blinds if we really want to power this up. Every heart. Hey, there we go. We only have room for 2, though, so let's go ahead. Empress. Make these +4 Molt cards. Hierophant. Ah, the Wheel of Fortune. 1 in 4 chance to add foil, holographic, or polychrome to one of my jokers. Let's go gambling! Ah, damn it. That never works. It says 1 in 4, but what they mean is almost never. Okay. 23, yeah, this is still more. $76,000. We're doing pretty good. Ooh, banana. +15 Molt, 1 in 6 chance that it's just destroyed. Your banana can just die. I guess Magician. Just turn everything into a special card. I don't really want glass. More chariots. But you want it destroyed for reasons. I mean, I don't because I want the sticker. More money. $20 more, please. If no discards are used. Hearts and diamonds count as the same suit. Spades and clubs count as the same suit. That would make this a lot more powerful. I think we'd have to get rid of the smiley face, though. Because these are negative. They don't count. We want this, we want this, we want this. Yeah, sorry, smiley face. I think this'll pay out more dividends. It'll also make it easier to make flushes to begin with. Let's go gambling! Hell yeah, now we've got business! Times 1.5 Molt! Fortunately, I have to put it on this side because we're going to copy this since it's the Molt. I did it! Pair, pair. Yeah, let's go. First hand face down, no problem. Look at that upgrade. Every club. So, spades count as clubs. One, two, three. Oh, we don't have enough. Let's just try that. Oh. I wanted a Jupiter. Not a stupid Pluto. Selling that shit. +1 hand size, always. Always take the paintbrush. Hand size underrated. That's just more money. That's clubs. Wild card? No, but it is more tarot cards. +1 or multiplier for every empty Joker slot. Yeah, I'm pretty full up at the moment. 100 for 3 of a kind. Alright. Ooh, okay. Cards played on the previous ante are debuffed. So everything I play in these two will be debuffed once we get here. So this seems like a perfect opportunity to get the throwback up and just skip both of these. Add an extra voucher to the shop, add a polychrome Joker. So now this is at ×2. And then the boss is effectively disabled entirely. Okay, every heart. So, hearts and diamonds. Yeah, we don't even need these multipliers. The moon. So, we don't need this, but we do want to increase the fortune teller. So let's just turn this club into a club. There we go. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a flush. Who says it isn't? All my shit's smeared and blurry. It really understands being in a club. Every queen held in hand gives 13. This can be good if you turn everything into queens. I don't think it's worth what we've got. Celestial packs always contain the planet you've played the most. Hell yeah. So I'll always get a Jupiter in here because I've played a million flushes. And that just makes the flushes even stronger. Pants! You get +2 every time you play a pair. Improved aces, improved straights, yeah. Uncommon Joker, 2 tarot cards. I might do that one. Every diamond. And hearts are diamonds. Wait, you can make a Balatro ass hand joke every hand? You can. $255, baby. Level 12 flush. Easy colon peasy. Alright, I think I've explained just about everything there is to know about this game. I don't know if anyone else is confused, but there was someone earlier who's like, I have a question I would like to ask, but I'll wait until the Balatro tutorial is over. I think it's pretty much over. I think I've won at this point. Yeah, we'll skip this. It'll rank up this and give me 2 for Fortune Teller. Ooh, death. It's been a while since we got one of those. So, we need more wild cards. Let's turn the left card into the right card. You can win at this game? Yes. So there's down here the ante. There's 8 levels you have to go through. You've considered a run beaten if you get past the 8th level. You can continue to go after that if you want, but it's officially beaten at that point. Do you ever feel like you have to respond to people basically just being rude in the YouTube comments of your ladder climb? No, not really. It's weird. It's been a while since I've seen like a downright rude comment. Granted, maybe YouTube does automatically filter some stuff, and at times their filter is comically like oversensitive. But I used to check that, and even then, let me see if I got... Where's that at? I completely forget. I thought it was in community. Held comments. Comments may be offensive. Show them anyway. Are you sure? They may contain language that's considered offensive. Let me have it, YouTube. And the the two comments that have been hidden for being too harsh, for containing foul language, is someone commenting. I had a post where I was like, I'm playing Blue Eyes, and it's like an up-close picture of my face where you can see that my eyes are blue. And the comment says, you can get lost in those peepers. YouTube, that is a compliment. That peepers is not a bad word. I can't believe I had to click through like 3 things being like, I'm warning you, there may be some foul language. I can't be held accountable for what you're about to see. It's like, yes, I will approve that comment. It's a month old. They probably didn't even realize they were shadow banned, but yes, go ahead. There is another one. It's on the Masochist series, and it says, you are a penis. You know what? That may be an insult, but I'll allow it. I believe in free speech in this comment section. If you want to call me a penis, you can. That one can stay. True and real. Okay, back to the game. +1 hand size? Yes, please. More tarot cards? Yes, please. These all suck. They're all lame. Let's get some planets. None of those are good planets. I guess we can strength some stuff. Make our lowest cards worth slightly more. Or worth 1 more bit. If nothing else, it just adds to the fortune teller. Reserved parking. Every face card held in hand has a 50-50 chance to get you $1. Good if you get that thing where it's like every queen or every king held in hand gets you something. Yep, so we're on Ante 8. This is the final boss. 1 random joker disabled every hand. There's a specific subsection of these bosses that only appear on Ante 8, and they can be absolutely soul-crushing. Like, there are times when, like, you've gotten the right combination of, like, stuff that lowers your hand so you only get, like, 1 hand to play, or 2. And if this thing disables, like, the multiplier, or, like, the +33, you're, like, fucked. Fortunately, I have a bunch of stuff that, like, if they disable the gift card or pareidolia, it literally does nothing. I also still have 4 hands, so we're fine. Every spade, eh? We're gonna discard this one anyway. Ooh. Turn this diamond into a diamond. Let's make these 2 into lucky cards. Lucky, 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 lucky me. Flush time. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. The thing is, on a higher stake, I don't think 236,000 would be enough to beat this ante. Again, we're playing on the easiest difficulty. The higher ones, they increase the numbers by a lot. Sure, I'm feeling lucky. More lucky cards. More lucky cards. Nothing. I was really hoping the merchant is like a common joker and we haven't seen it the whole round. Do you like to play high stakes runs or low stakes? High stakes all the way. That's normally what I do, but I figured when I came down here, I was like, we're part of the Patreon Hangout. It's for people. Holy shit! This man, thank you for the $50. You just paid for my lunch and then some. That's like 4 lunches. Thank you very much, this man. But yeah, that's when I started this, I was like, we're in the Patreon Hangout. It's supposed to be like a chill time where you can actually like chat with me, be a little parasocial if you feel like it. Does the $50 go towards the Lefty Fund? I don't think it does on this. I should probably get rid of that for the time being because the Lefty Fund is attached to the Twitch donations. I can't get it to go for 2 different goals. If they want me to add it, I can add it to it manually at a later date. If this man was like meaning to go specifically for that. The amount of entertainment is worth more than $50. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Every little bit helps, and that's not a little bit. That's like a lot of bit. Very kind of you. But yeah, sorry. As I was saying, it was this was supposed to be like chill Q&A parasocial stream. We could chat about whatever. So I figured I'd pick a game and the game mode, go on easy mode. That way, like, if someone was asking me, like, complex questions about Yu-Gi-Oh! Or, like, my thoughts on, like, a political matter or some philosophy thing, I wouldn't be distracted by trying to make, like, gold stake level calculations. We get Merchant right at the end here. 4 of a kind, hearts, stone card, straight flush, Venus, add a stone card every time. Vampire, that would be pretty good if we'd got it before the boss. Oh yeah, I'll take death. You think realistically Master Duel format will ever be good? That's so hard to say because, like, ask and you shall receive. I think I was talking about that. I was like, yeah, if they disable the gift card, then it does nothing. For every club. Okay. So... do this. And I'm gonna make another one of that. And just to make sure I win this in one, we're gonna keep all these like steel cards in our hand. 1, 2, 3. So we got a flush, level 16 with 3 steel cards in hand. Yeah, we easily times 4. I won! You made some heads-up plays. Thanks, Jimbles. Yeah, and then it tells you best hand, most played hands, cards played, all the cool stats. And if you want, what was it? They have a seed, so you don't get achievements or the stickers on seeded runs. But if I happen to get a random seed where, like, oh, I started and, like, a super rare Joker spawned and it makes the game really interesting, you can copy that seed and anyone else can play that exact same scenario that I did. And we can go endless. See how far we can go. But yeah, sorry, to answer your question, do you think realistically Master Duel format will ever be good? The thing about that is that, like, it would be so easy to make it good, right? Like, all they have to do is change the ban list. And, like one person could sit down on a computer and do it in, like, 15 minutes. It wouldn't be hard. And so, really, when the realism, it's not a matter of difficulty. It's not a matter of, like, oh, will the OCG players react, or what, like, none of that matters. Really, all it is does Konami care about balancing their game? Can they be convinced to listen to the majority of their player base? And I do not know. And there's always a chance that, like, you know, someone retires and they get a new person and he's like, so why the fuck is Max C legal? And they just ban it. There's a chance that they're, like, it's weird. In a lot of ways, it feels like Master Duel often has no idea what's going to happen next week. And then other times, there's clearly stuff that's been, like, planned, like, a year and a half in advance. Sure, why not? And so, who knows? Maybe they've heard us, and maybe they're already like, yeah, Max C's going to be banned in fall of 2026. Just be patient. Fibonacci. Yep, you get +8 if you roll a 1, 2, 3, 5, or 8. Which are the Fibonacci sequence numbers. One free reroll. Good if you have the Joker that gives you, like, molt every time you reroll. Let's go. There was another question. Oh, what's your favorite Tom Bombadil theory? I am not familiar with the Tom Bombadil theories. I thought he was just God, wasn't he? Like, he's just Arrow Iluvatar, like, made life. Wasn't that, like, confirmed or something? What other theories are there? Ooh, holographic queen would be good. We only want wild cards, though. Straight. +1 discard. +1 hand size. Merchant will show up eventually, chat. I want to get another voucher and increase this, so let's go ahead. As someone who lives in the EU, has Trump's terrible policies affected your day-to-day life? Not yet. But I am kind of scared. Like, I mean, what was it? Trying to remember the exact story. There was a story that I saw the other day in the news where ICE, which is the Immigration Enforcement Agency, they raided some woman's house and they basically, like, took all of her possessions into custody. Like, took away her phone, took away her computer, just kind of, like, left her there. And she wasn't an illegal immigrant. She was living at a house where an immigrant had lived, like, 6 months prior. And they just had that address down as, like, an immigrant lives here. And so they just, like, raided just a random citizen's house and took all her stuff. And it's like, yeah, that was a week ago, and there's still no indication on when she'll get it back or who even has it. ICE refuses to talk about ongoing investigations. They've essentially become this, like, black ops squad where they go in without, like, badges and, like, in plain clothes and do these raids. And the raids, like, don't have to have a warrant. They don't have to, like, prove anything. And you can just be, like, extradited. And so the reason, like, obviously that's worrying in its own right. Like, that's already bad, but I knew that, like, Trump was gonna do stuff like this. I feel like everyone kind of expected it. Or not everyone who was paying attention understood that, like, oh yeah, we're headed towards authoritarianism. But I'm personally worried because the house I'm living at was rented out to immigrants a couple years ago. And even though I've been here for, what, going on 3 years now? 4 years? I still get mail from the people, for the people who used to live here. I keep writing return to sender, no longer at this address, but it's specifically like stuff for immigration. And so it's like, there is a very real chance if they, that ICE thinks immigrants live here, and they might just kick down my door and confiscate all my computers and shit. And if that happens, how do I do my job? How do I communicate with all y'all? Like, hopefully that doesn't happen. But the fact that it has happened, like, a week ago, it makes me, like, I don't think you can possibly say I'm overreacting or that's an unrealistic fear. Because, like, that literally happened last week. Do you have money saved for emergencies like that? I mean, I have money in a bank. I have like $4,000. That's not enough to buy like a brand new streaming computer and a microphone. It depends how much they take. It's never been confirmed about Tom Bombadil. Some people say he's Token and himself. Others say he represents the staff of music and his wife is the time signature. Interesting. It's not super important. Tom Bombadil, there's a reason they cut him out of the movie. And when they screw up, they don't get repercussions. Yeah, ICE messes up all the time. It just doesn't do anything. Wait, were they illegal immigrants? Who are you talking about? Yeah, if it's in cash. I do have cash stored around the house for emergencies. But like, if they search my house and take my shit, they'll find that cash, and then I'm not getting it back. Every spade. I have money in the bank, but like, especially, I'm not sure if they would take my car keys or whatever. Confiscate my car? Who knows? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, the fact is, we live in a world where the government now has unaccountable law enforcement that are just going around and they can do stuff to you, and they don't go to the courts. They don't follow any sort of system to make sure that they're doing it right. And it's very easy. I've had like people in my own like family who are like, oh well, it's just immigrants. That's like they'll even admit that, like, yeah, that's really terrifying, but it's just immigrants. And it's like, if they can do it to immigrants, they can do it to anyone. Like, every single time in history where bad stuff has happened, it's been full of people going like, well, that doesn't affect me, so it should be fine. And it's been full of people just They're just a title on a spreadsheet, I guess. Ooh. Acceptable losses. Yep. But I don't know. It's a little worrying to think about this kind of stuff because, you know, it's one of those things. If you followed the politics channel I made, like, I've been trying to talk about this stuff for a while, but it seems like half the responses I get are people telling me I'm overreacting and that'll never happen and things can't possibly get bad. And the other half is people being like, well, I know it's bad, but what are you gonna do? And then they shrug. It's like everyone is either already well aware of what's happening, it feels like, or they don't believe it's happening. And so talking about it just kind of feels pointless. You're either preaching to the choir or preaching to people with their hands over their ears. The cool reality of the situation, yeah. It's kind of the thing I said after the election, is that, like, we're headed towards a precipice where things are going to have to change. But unfortunately, America in particular is just, they're so lazy. We're so spoiled. We're so, like, conditioned to, like, you know, that's someone else's problem. That's, you know, trying to stand up to authority is just as bad as the authority, you know? That, like, nothing is going to happen until there's a disaster. Until there is, like, just like, an unmitigated, absolute something, like, terrible that goes down in the history books as being bad. Like, something absolutely devastating is going to happen before anyone will mobilize. And at this point, it just feels like, what we're doing is waiting. We're waiting for the shoe to drop. And then from there, it's just going to be a matter of, like, how do we fix it? Grand Depression 2? Yeah, possibly. Let's get another negative Joker. We have to get 1,000,000 points on this one. I don't think we're making it out of anti-10, lads. Okay. $400,000. This will be a nice stream to listen to as I sort through my Yu-Gi-Oh bulk as part of spring cleaning. From voting patterns, half the country doesn't care as long as they get to live comfortably. Yeah, pretty much. And I guess the thing that, like, that bothers me is that it's not just that people are like, this doesn't affect me, so I'm not gonna do anything about it at the moment. But it's also this, let's see. But it's this very, like, incurious attitude, I think is how I would describe it, of people who admit, like, okay, this may be a problem coming up, but also I ain't gonna look into it. I'll figure this out when it happens. And it's like, might be waiting a little too long there, buddy. Let's see. There we go. Like, my biggest worry is that, or what was it? Like I said, I think we're headed towards some kind of disaster. Something's going to happen to really shake things up. It's going to mobilize people, and that's when we'll see, probably for the first time in our lives, real substantial change. Something will happen. The big question is, how are the people going to react? Because if a big disaster happens and people start panicking, we could see basically what we saw after, like, 9/11, right? Where people got scared and they became warmongering, they became overly nationalistic, they became very, you know, hatred against other cultures and other peoples, and immigrants specifically was just, like, ramped up. And it was used to sort of further authoritarian ideals. It really depends on, like, who the people in charge blame for the problem, and if they're believed by the majority of people. Like, just because things change and something big happens doesn't mean that the change that happens is going to be good. I like to hope that it does, but that's really going to depend on a lot of people being, like, media literate and understanding history and understanding political processes and, like, the nature of power. And it certainly seems like there's more people gaining awareness of all those things, but I'm not sure if it's enough. My prediction is that the economic policies will be Trump's downfall before anything too disastrous happens. Who knows? Hello, Jahim James. The thing about the economic policies, right, is that, like, they're bad on the face of them. If everyone just did what he said, it would cause, like, a huge economic collapse. But there's tons and tons of people who are desperately trying to find some way to circumnavigate that, to, like, avoid it. And if they're successful, they can postpone what feels like it should be the inevitable. Also, I'd like to point out that our ante is now 7 million, and I don't think there's any way we can get that much. We may have reached the end of the road. Ante 11 is where things go to die. We'll see, though. Flush time. Yeah, we played one hand and we got 1.5 million. That's a lot, but we've only got 3 hands to try to get 7 million. 07's in the chat, everyone. We finally reached our endpoint. Unless the Wheel of Fortune gives us a polychrome? Nope. We can pretend. $2 million. All good things must end at some point, yep. We made it pretty far. We beat the game, that's the important part. Let's send it off. Game over. Made it pretty far. And that's Balatro. 11 is usually where they die, yeah. Well, if we look at my stats, the best hand I ever played was worth 5.043 times 10 to the 12th power. So I got a deck that was so high that it went into scientific notation. That was an anti-14. But it's crazy to see some of these people trying to do builds to get to like anti-20. And then you get like those crazy hands where it's like it takes 5 minutes just to calculate the score. And yeah, I mentioned earlier, I'm 96% of the progress done. I've gotten every Joker, I've completed every challenge, I've won with every deck on every stake, I just need the Joker stickers. And if you don't know, I know there was a couple people who didn't understand this game. This is, you have different decks you can choose from with different effects. The first three are very simple. You get +1 discard. They say every round, and I remember the first time I played this, I thought it meant that, like, every time you play, you add another discard. But what it just means is, like, by default, you have 2, and it just adds 1, so you have 3 for the remainder of the game. Same thing with this. You have an additional hand. And then on the side here, you've got all these colors. These are the stakes. Base difficulty, and they're cumulative. So on red, the small blind gives no money reward. Green stake, the score scales faster. And also the small gives you, like, these stack up. Shops can have eternal jokers. You buy them and you cannot sell them. -1 discard, so instead of 3, you start with 2 discards. Score scales even faster. Shops can have perishable jokers that die after 5 rounds. Shops have rental jokers that cost $3 every round to keep them in your zone. Plus everything previously. Gold stake can be very difficult. But I've beaten the gold stake on every deck. And while they start out simple, green is like, at the end of every round, you get $2 for every remaining hand, 1 for every discard, but no interest. So you want to spend all the money as fast as you can. +1 Joker slot, -1 hand. On gold stake, that means you only get to play 2 hands and then you're dead. The added Joker doesn't help unless you can get to 6 really quickly. Black is often considered like the most difficult. Magic deck. Start with a Crystal Ball and 2 copies of the Fool. Crystal Ball means you have 3 consumable slots instead of 2. And the Fool lets you copy. So it's like, tarot card deck. Start with the Telescope. So whatever you play the most of, the planet packs will always have that. But you only get 1 consumable slot, so no tarots, only planets. Ghost deck! Spectral cards can appear in the shop, and you start with a Hex. Abandoned deck. Deck has no face cards. I think it's 42, just all the kings, queens, and jokers are out. Checkers, you only have spades and hearts. Zodiac. Tarots and planets are more likely to appear. Less jokers. +2 hand size, 1 less joker. Double tag, plasma. all your deck is completely random. Where do we drop game recommendations? Video games. So, pretty neat. If you've never played this game before, would recommend. I didn't think I'd be trying to 100% it and get, like, gold stickers on all the Jokers. But I keep playing. It's funny, the only legendary Joker I don't have the gold sticker on is arguably the most powerful one. But I can never get it early enough or get the tarot cards I need to really make it work. But this thing is, oh, you can rearrange the order. Huh. Does that stick? No. Okay. But yeah, if you've ever seen people trying to, like, break the score record in Balatro or go infinite, you use her. Perkeo. I'm stuck on the tarot deck. This one? I forget the real... I think the real tactic for that is just like... or the way I did it was like... On the first ante, there was the option to skip to get some tarot cards. And one of the tarot cards that I got out of that pack was the one that creates a random Joker. So you get a Joker, and then you use both your Fools, and you get 2 more Jokers. And you go into Ante 2 with, like, 3 Jokers. And it doesn't really matter what they are. If you've established a build by Ante 2, like, you're good. You can usually go up by then. It's getting started. Oh, overstocked. Yeah, I don't remember this one. I think I got lucky. I didn't stay on this one long enough to like remember the tactics I used. But anyway, this has gone on long enough. We've been here for like an hour and a half. I think that's good enough. I'm awake now. I've eaten. As I mentioned before, this is the Patreon Hangout. The black deck is really difficult. But yeah, the Patreon Hangout is going on. Happens every month. The patrons decide on the Discord what activities we do. So I'm gonna go for now. I'm gonna put up another poll. Maybe I'll be back streaming some other events. We'll do like Jackbox or something. Maybe we'll just fade away. Who knows? But either way, thank you for joining me. I hope you all have a lovely day. It's been a fun time. And until next time, good luck and have fun.